A great question that Jim Rohn asked me years ago is what should I do today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to thank me for 10 years from now?
How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey and special guest Kevin Price. Kevin, here's what I hear about you. I hear Kevin got tapped on the shoulder by his manager and they said, Kevin, what the heck are you doing, man? So Kevin, tell us more. What led up to that moment?
I'll just start off by saying I've been following the RethinkU program since 2020. The world was in chaos and I was like, all right, let me see what I could do. I found you guys online and then you guys dropped an email about working with Jim. And I was like, I can't miss this opportunity. This guy's clearly doing something right. I need some of that. So I took up the coaching and my life has changed tenfold. He tells me, do the damn push-ups, right? It's not just about thinking things into existence. You got to actually put in the work to do it. And going back to my list, and I'm always going back to the list and going to my expert counsel, and my results are definitely next level. I never thought I'd be at where I'm at right now, and it's was all here. He tells me all the time, any goal is achievable, but you got to have the game plan to get it. And I started off with one goal in mind, and it's gone to everything in my life. I've taken up my health. It's everything. So it's definitely, this has been a game changer for me, for sure.
Yeah, one of the things we teach is doing simple first. Was there some simple thing? I feel like Jim usually tells me things that seem so simple, but they almost blow your mind, right? Did you have any aha moment when you first started connecting with Jim that was like,
yeah, just you pay for something, do what they tell you to do. That was it. Like, I just follow the guide, read the instructions. It's as simple as that. If you follow the instructions, you'll hit any goal that you want.
Yeah. So what did those instructions look like for you? So you obviously are doing sales, right? And
yeah.
Do you mind sharing with the audience just any piece of advice that kind of stuck out with you?
The biggest thing was this. I went to my manager. I've always been a good performer on my job. I had no problem. Obviously, he gets incentivized by me doing well. So like when I asked him, what should I do to take my level? He was more than willing to go over this with me and just make more dials, make more use of the time that put more work in the hour. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You know what I mean? Instead of writing an email, get on the phone, talk to people. Yeah. Get on the phone, talk to people. It was really simple. It was things I was already doing, but it took me to things I had blinders on that I wasn't seeing. My manager was obviously seeing, and the results speak for themselves. I've had my 3 best months I've had just from the time I've been doing this. So, yeah.
So really it gave you clarity and focus is what I hear you saying.
Yes, exactly. It things that you don't see, you don't know what you don't know. When somebody tells you things that you might not be seeing, it's just like you get an aha moment. That's it. It's seeing things that I was not seeing. Now I'm seeing. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So it's what it is.
Yeah. So you've been with us since the beginning, Kevin. What made you want to jump in deeper with us now? You've known about us since the early days. What made you think now's the time to take this to the next level?
It was just about working hand in hand was it. You know what I mean? Going through the material, you can do it. But when you hear somebody, expert counsel, right? I'm going to my expert counsel here. This guy is the one. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity of being able to work with the Godfather.
If I could, let's back up a second. I want to be very clear about this. So we're talking about hard work, and this is definitely hard work, but I want you to speak to something I'm going to bring up. And this is all extemporaneous. I have no idea what you guys are going to talk about today, but we're about to find out. Kevin and I when we went through this process, we were meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning. Meant 7:15. I had to get my butt out of bed at 6:30, get ready, do this, do that. So this was a chore, so to speak. But I want Kevin to answer this question in the best way possible. It was hard work. Many times I had to either A, talk Kevin onto the ledge, and B, talk him off the ledge. Okay. And we had, come on, Kevin, let's do the push-ups. Like you said, you can't pay somebody else to do your push-ups. You got to do your own push-ups. And push-ups, of course, is a metaphor. But Kevin, we had fun, didn't we?
Absolutely. It was
We had
great.
fun.
I
We had
really
a lot of
did.
fun. We really did. We worked hard, but we had fun. It was fun. It was having your eyes opened, and it's like the light at the end of the tunnel. Once you realize that it's not a train coming the other way, it's, whoa, this is pretty cool. I'm getting to the end of the tunnel, and there's a light. I can see it now. And so that, I think that's what Kevin's speaking to when he says there's things that he didn't see. But I don't think you entered into this. I would bet you on day one, when you and I first started talking, I would bet you had a slight degree of anxiety.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Listen,
We had
here's
fun.
the we
We had
definitely
fun.
did. And let me also be clear, I live in Florida and we went through 2 hurricanes together too.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
But we had fun. We really did. And sometimes I would tell Kevin, you're full of crap, Kevin. And you know that. How do you know that? How do you know that? And he would we'd go back and forth a little bit. It's like, you know what? You're right again. I don't know. Then stop that.
Stop the
Don't
nonsense.
do that anymore.
Stop the nonsense. Stop the
Stop the
nonsense.
nonsense. Exactly. So speak to the fact that we had fun. I didn't let you talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, like listen, every morning. Listen, I work from 9:30 to 6:30 Eastern time. So we had to make it work, but it was all about. I loved getting up and just being able to just talk for an hour, just to be able to go through everything that we're going through, and just it was a really good time. It definitely was. It was something that I looked forward to every morning when we did this, and that was it. Just talking and just being over, just BSing and just putting a plan together.
Being guys, but now watch, audience, watch what happens when I do this right now. Just watch this guy's face. So Kevin, I gave you a Christmas present this morning. Tell me what it was.
We got 4 more sessions, and I couldn't be more grateful.
Emotional,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
For
going to
sure.
keep talking. And I love this guy. I really do. That's what happens is I don't even know Kevin Price. I didn't know him from a cake of soap. And so Derek sends me the thing, the link, whatever, and we get this thing hooked up, and I don't know this guy. And so we start talking, but we became very good friends. I think that's
For
a
sure.
fair statement. Very rarely did Kevin tell me I was full of crap, but I told him he was full of crap a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever. I'm on the money. The bottom line is, if we go back, Derek, and Derek was there. Actually, this is before Derek, but this was Chuck Molina. And if we go back, what happened was Chuck Molina really wanted to know how I did what I did with the Jim Shorkey Family Auto Group. And so we did an interview process, and he just took notes and notes and notes. And that original program was called Journey to Success. And then from there, Chuck Molina and Steve Gardner got Derek involved. And then we got together and we started talking, just like Kevin and I, just talking. And they were the ones, this guy here, they're the ones that came up with RethinkU. And it was like, wow, that makes sense. RethinkU. Where the original company was results from thinking, which is just, yeah, there are results from thinking, but really that's just the beginning. Kevin spoke to that. Thinking is great. It's important. It's very important. But it really comes down to thoughts first, feelings second, actions third. And put a circle around the actions, because that's where it's at. You can think all you want, you can feel all you want, but until you get down there in the ground and start doing those push-ups and figure out where you're at. Oh, when I first got out of the hospital, was in a bad place, and I said, okay, time to do some push-ups. I got 5. Okay, 5. That was it. And the other day, after doing a very difficult workout with Mark Mastrano, who's one of my closest friends, I did 18. And I can do right now, I could get down on the ground right now fresh and do 30. No question. So I went from 5 to 30. What happened? It's the same thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. It's the same thing. If you want to be successful at anything, there is a process that you need to follow, which I gave Kevin that process, and he's doing it, and we all are. So good.
Kevin, what's on your list, Kevin? Would you mind sharing 1 or 2 things that's on your to-do list right now? It could be in the health realm. It could be in the sales realm.
First of all, I'll go with my health, because with my sales role, it's boring and routine. But like with my health, it's just, I like right now, I'm really passionate about my health. So it's like it transitioned, right? It went from trying to do really good and on my job, and that's working. So now, fast forward to now, I was talking to him about just finding out what makes your body work, right? What am I putting in my body? So I went and I got a DNA test, right? Just see what is wrong with what I should be fueling my body with. And then
Wonderful.
they give me a 400-page.
What he's telling, listen, folks, what he's telling you with the DNA test, this is not going to sound quite like what we're saying here. That's seek expert counsel. That is.
Exactly.
So he's seeking expert counsel through the DNA thing. By the way, I'm going to do the same thing, 23andMe, and continue, but that's seek expert counsel. That is a very important step in our process that we call RethinkU. So
right, because
he's
Jim,
doing this guy.
you always say trial and error is the recipe for disaster. And so what Kevin's doing, guys, Kevin is seeking expert counsel to say, what should I be doing?
There you
instead
go.
of me guessing, will this help? Will this help? Will this help? He's saying, no, let me find out what will actually help.
One more time out. I guarantee he already has the list, I'm sure. But who did you use?
10X Health.
10X. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. They gave him a book. I forgot about that.
400 pages. Yes.
They gave him a book. So you'll hear people talk about they're anti-list. I'm big on this list. That's all I talk about. So he has a list that's 400 pages long. And if he does that list, and by the way, he doesn't even have to do 100% of the list. You answer the question, please, Kevin. If he gets 70% of what that book says, 70% of what the book says, if he gets 70% done, what's going to happen?
I'm already feeling it. Like my health I can run through a freaking wall right now. And it's just putting things in my body that I'm supposed to be doing.
He's doing it. This guy's doing it. Listen.
So I want to share this also. And they gave me the whole book, 400 pages. They tell me what's good for my health, what I should be putting in my body, nutrition wise, supplement wise, and exercise wise, what is designed. So they actually, I don't know if you guys can see, they build me a vitamin.
Yeah, made for Kevin. Yep.
This is a whole bunch of vitamins in here, all specifically designed for my body. And I take that and just cutting out sugars, doing little things that I know already, but expert counsel tells me I have the list, just follow the list, always go back to the list. And that's what I'm doing. And it's that simple.
So, again, let me pause. I'm going to keep interrupting you. I apologize. I'm so excited about this meeting this morning. Let me pause you for a second. And I'm just going to give you a quick question, and you answer the question to the best of your ability. Okay? I'm going to have a massive chill right now. It's going to make me cry. But since you've been working on your health, what has happened to your love?
Oh my God. It's next to level.
What's happened to your job?
I go in and everybody wonders what the hell is going on with me. I'm like, my energy is through the next level.
So on the job, good energy, good results.
No
bad
doubt.
Energy, bad results.
Bad energy, right?
On the love, good energy, good results. Bad energy, get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
It's the law of attraction. I call it the law of personal attraction, by the way. The law of personal attraction in reverse. If Kevin is unhealthy and has low energy, he's going to scare his girl, who he loves dearly. His girlfriend loves dearly. They're really a neat couple. Am I right?
Yeah.
And so Jim Rohn told us for years, and I beat excuse my French, I beat the shit out of Kevin on this one. And he's going to know what I'm going to say. He already knows what I'm going to say, I think. Things get better when I get better. And what are you doing?
Getting better.
And what's happening?
Things are better. It's undisputable.
I'm going to try to shut up for a while. This guy.
No, it's just, listen, it's simple. It's just seek the thing that you want, find out who's done it, get the list of the things, and just follow the list. If you don't, at the end of the night, when you go through, you go over your inventory. If you fall short, forgive yourself and just work on trying to get better the next day. That's it. I mean, it couldn't be any more simple.
He's going way too fast.
He's talking about the 24-hour reset during the daily gratitude journal.
He skipped a number of steps. Yep. He's talking, at the end of the day, folks, what you do with our program, at the end of the day, you sit down with your list and you go over the list. And yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It's a very simple thing. And then you grade yourself. I got 70%. Okay, that's a C. That's not the best, but it's okay. And like Kevin said very clearly, nice work, Kevin. Forgive yourself. And then we're going to do a 24-hour reset. Okay, this is done. It's over. I'm going to bed. 24-hour reset. No beating yourself up. We want to do some gratitude journaling. You can speak to that in a second here. You were talking about that with your wife this morning. Gratitude journaling, and then we're going to go to sleep. But when we get up in the morning, it's rise and shine. With RethinkU 2.0, we're going to ask you to mean it, Kevin. We're going to shine. Yeah. And when Kevin and I got together, and I got up in the morning, was like, I'm going to shine today. I owe this guy that. I owe him that. And we're going to do 4 more sessions, and I owe him to bring the best version of Jim Shorkey to the table that I can. And back to that little tube thing, the vitamin thing that sounds so simple, but it's really not simple. It isn't. But what the heck? And if you don't want to tell me, don't tell me. But I want you to tell me, and either if not, then just think it. Okay, what did it cost you to do the book, the program that with the health thing?
I spent a lot of money on it. It was $1,200, but to me, whatever. It's my health.
No, please. There's a very important reason why I'm mentioning. So $1,200. It's a lot of money. Okay, I want you to think about this, and then then I'm going to shut up. So it costs you $1,200 to do that particular program. That's not RethinkU. That's the vitamin, the book, the 400-page book, all
Yeah.
that. Okay, so you got the number. You got the number in front of you, $1,200, right? Now I want you to answer this as best way you can. If you don't want to answer it directly, think it in your brain. Okay, what's it cost you if you don't do the program, that particular program?
I mean, a lot. It's just,
It could
It's
cost
not.
him
It
years of
doesn't
his
cost
life.
you $1,200 to do the program. It might cost him $1 million, $1 million to not do the program, to not spend that $1,200. It might cost him $1 million. I would venture to guess pretty easily we could say 100 grand, just because of the job, the whole thing. It's
listen, if I follow this program and I even add one extra year onto my life, that's way
Thank you.
way more than $1,200.
another year with your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's just you don't know what this is telling me what exactly I should be putting in my body. So if I'm putting all the wrong things in my body and I don't know about it, like
You're checking out early, man.
You can't even put a price tag on that, really.
Yeah, you can actually. I disagree. You can, but then there's you're talking so that you can actually absolutely positively put a price tag on it. I'll tell you how you do it. Figure out what your income potential is per year. Okay, don't tell me. Put that number in your head. I've done this with you, by the way.
Yes.
You got the number in your head right now.
Yeah.
Multiply it times 10. That number is what it costs you to check out 10 years too early. And then we're talking about, so that's objectively what it is. But then what about the subjective value of it? Of another 10 years with your girlfriend, another 10 years on this planet, another 10 years of walking. Kevin lives pretty close to the ocean, walking in the ocean, getting some sunshine, hanging out in nature, whatever. What's the subjective value of this thing? We might take that number that's in your head from the math originally and multiply that times 10, because it's, wow, how many churches could you build? How many books could you write? How many people could you mentor and say, you know what? And we're talking way down the road. I say, now you're 90 years old. And you say, and you see some person that maybe is in need, and you say, you know what? I met this guy 50 years ago, goofy guy named Jim Shorkey, and he set me straight, and we got on this path. And I will sit down with you once a week and I'll help you. I got a massive chill right now. I really do. Massive chill. You wonder what is that makes my body do that. But what would happen? What happened to your life if you did in fact do that with those extra 10 years? You're talking now about legacy. And when you leave this planet, which you're going to leave this planet, there's no way around it. You're going to leave it. And we all are. But imagine if they say that your funeral, who shows up and what do they say? So now it's 10 years after you met this young lady or young man, whatever that would look like. And that young lady shows up at and I don't know what your viewpoint is, but so I'm just going to use it as an example. You're in the casket, your body's there, and this lady has her significant other in tow, along with 2 children. I'm going to make you guys cry. She says, that guy right there changed my life.
Yeah.
Now tell me what the program that you entered into for $1,200 measly dollars, you tell me what that program is worth now. When somebody actually says that at your funeral and says, yeah, he changed my life. And then he goes on, whatever the case may be, to change other people's lives because givers gain. And then who knows? I mean, you talk about, like we said, with Chuck Bellina did die, and I miss that guy. So does Derek. We love Chuck Bellina, but we promised Chuck that he would live on through us. And here we are talking about him. And he is living on through us. RethinkU is Chuck Bellina through and through. And so what happens with that, the lady and her significant other and the 2 little children in tow, and she has an impact on those 2 little children. And then 20 years after that, they're out there doing their work. And it's all because of Kevin Price.
Yeah.
How about that? Now we better get serious about this health thing, because if we check out too soon, that conversation maybe never even happens, because you checked out, we talked about 90, right? That's 90. The average life expectancy in the United States of America right now for a male was like 78 or 79, I believe, something like that. High 7, let's say 80. So you're gone. But because of the things you're doing right now, you bought yourself an extra 10 years, and you have an opportunity to have that mentoring session with this young lady or whatever. And now here we are. God, does that give you the chills, Kevin?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Knowing
it's like
that,
really
just
cool.
Pat on.
Yep, it's really cool. It's the butterfly effect.
Yeah,
Derek, you want to say
absolutely.
something? I can tell.
No, this is just so good, Kevin. I can just hear from you just the passion that this brings to you, right? Not just, oh, this was a good idea, but I can just hear the passion of, I could see the energy shift, right? We talked on the phone several years ago, and you were excited, but I even hear a difference in your intonations and the way you're talking and in the things you're excited about. I'm sure before it felt, wow, this was I'm sure you loved what you did, but it's okay. I got to go to work. I got to meet these numbers. It's exhausting. I got to show up, or I guess I got to eat this thing if I have to, if I must. But it seems like now you're more excited to do that. You're like, oh, I want to show up and perform. I want to take care of my health. Right? There's a desire that I
Yeah,
feel like
hands down. That's it. We're just having the plan and just executing the plan is a game in itself. That gets me excited, just being able to get through as much on my list as I can.
yeah.
It is a game.
Yeah.
I was talking to my son about that. It's like playing a video game. Can I get, okay, yesterday I got 5, man, not so good. Can I get 7 today? I'm going to shoot for 10, but at the end of the day, I got 7. We call that progress at the end of the day. So we're not looking for perfection when we do our discipline journaling. We're not looking for perfection. We are, but we put that off to the side and we're looking for progress. So Kevin has 20 items on his list. And yesterday he got 10 done, which that's a failure in the essence of the grade, but he still got 10 done. So let's celebrate that. And then tomorrow we're going to go for perfection. Rise and shine, we're going for perfection. We go through the whole process. And at the end of the day, we do our discipline journaling and we realize that we got 12 done. Okay, still not a victory, still an F, but we made progress. And then Derek said earlier, we called that a 24-hour reset. We're going to do our discipline journaling / move on to gratitude journal. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful for my girlfriend. I'm grateful for my house in Florida. I'm grateful for the ocean. I'm grateful for my life. And we go through that. That's what this is all about. Blessed. I feel blessed today to be here with these two guys. I really do. And with the audience as well. And anyway, so then you go through the 24-hour reset. And so now we go to the next day. We're at rise and shine. I always say mean it. I've said that to Kevin 1,000 times. Mean it. When you say rise and shine, mean it. So he goes out, he does his thing. He's going for 20. He ends up with 14. More progress. We keep working at it. And over time, the brain doesn't like the holes. It just doesn't like the fact that you missed a step per se. So it's gonna push you to the 15, 16, and then one day, all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but over a period of time, Kevin's doing 19, and it's like 19. This is great, but he's also seeing the results because the only thing that produces results, I don't care what anybody tells you, and what thinking produces results. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Actions produce results. Good actions, good results. Bad actions, bad results. Kevin gets it to 19, and now he's got 19, so he does back to 18. Okay, a little bit of a setback. Back to work. 19, 16. Okay, not so good. And we keep working at it, but eventually he gets it towards every day, 19 out of 20. Man, the results are going to go through the roof. Speak to that, will you please, Kevin?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've got my list. I'm trying to be as consistent, and like I said, it's a game. So I'm trying to get as many of these as I can. Sometimes I fall short, but I reset it. But it's always going back to that to execute it. And then once I execute it, as I've switched my goal, I added another goal onto it. Then I got another list. So it's always evolving. The list, your list is never one thing. It's always changing as you grow because sooner or later, these 10 steps are going to be routine. And then you don't want to stop there. You keep going. And that's how I've evolved. Now I'm on my health. Now it's everything.
But so here, to Kevin's point, why don't we throw in some crunches? So he does his push-ups and he rolls over on his back and he gets into crunch formation and he does 10 crunches. Like he's freaking hurting because he just did the push-ups. Arms are hurting. His leg, everything's hurting. But he does his 10 crunches and he commits to it. Like 45 push-ups, 10 crunches, 45 push-ups. Oh, I got 11. And what's going to happen with the crunches?
You got to keep going.
Next, he's doing, not next thing, I'm exaggerating, but he does 45 push-ups and 45 crunches. Whole crap. And that takes a little bit of time. That's going to probably take close to 10 minutes to do 45 push-ups and 45 crunches. And it starts to become it's a workout and a good one at that. And so then Kevin gets up off the ground from his push-ups and his crunches, and he does some marching or he does some jumping jacks or whatever. He just keeps adding to it. And it's like like Kevin said earlier, it becomes a routine. And so every morning out of bed, boom. And guess what? He's going to lay in bed and say, not today, not today. And so he's going to talk himself into doing his push-ups and crunch and all that stuff. And he will, but over time, and it may be a day where he just says, you know what, screw it. I'm not doing it today. Now we go back to the end of the day. Well, Jim, you didn't do your push-ups this morning. All right, tomorrow I'm doing them. First thing out of bed, I'm just going to jump off the bed and get to work. And you do. And that's how it works. That's called RethinkU 2.0.
Yep.
So Kevin, let us end with this. For people who are watching, we have a few spots left for people who can work one-on-one with Jim. Jim doesn't know what you're about to say. He doesn't even know I was going to ask this. What would you say to people who are considering working one-on-one with us?
Don't miss this opportunity. If you want to get out of your own way, take this opportunity to work, because he's going to tell you not what you want to hear. He's going to tell you what you need to hear, because that's what happened with me. And it started out something that was something I wanted to do to something I got really was something that was definitely a blessing in my life. There's hands down the best 3 months in my results I've ever had. And that's not being metaphorical there. That is legit. Like, my results are the best I've ever had in my career, my health, everything. I've started out with one goal and it's evolved, right? The one goal wasn't enough, right? So I didn't come into that thinking that. It's just the way it happened.
Yeah, you probably didn't come in thinking, hey, Jim Shorkey's going to help me with my love. That was never on your radar.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's real, though. It's very real. We were talking, Kevin was talking earlier about his program, his health program. And I think I might have shared this with Kevin, but maybe not. Do you know how many cells you have in your body? How many cells you have in your body, Kevin?
I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot.
40 trillion. 40 trillion little individual entities. And they all want something for survival. And I'm here to tell you, they're not asking for Doritos this morning. They're not. They want leafy greens. They want olive oil. Tell me where I'm wrong. They want seeds and nuts. They want, if you're going to eat meat, they want grass-fed, grass-finished. They want wild-caught salmon. They don't want the bull crap that we're giving them. 40 trillion, each with their own group of mitochondria. Tell me where I'm wrong, Kevin. Tell me where I'm speaking wrong.
No,
I've studied this as well.
This is exactly what, I'm learning right now. Yeah, that's why this is specifically designed. All the different things in here are just for my body that I wasn't giving it before. And I could tell you the feelings that I'm getting, and it's just, and they tell me, like, you're just feeling the way you're supposed to, right? This is
You know what?
And you're like, oh, man.
I'm going to go real deep here right now. So if I'm right, if each 40 trillion cells, and it's maybe 38 trillion, whatever, it's a big number. If each individual entity in and of itself, and it has mitochondria, and they all have needs, each individual cell has needs. Guess what program your individual cell, singular, is on this morning?
RethinkU 2.0.
That's deep enough for you?
That's for sure.
For you?
Yeah.
Makes me cry. Yeah. Each one of your cells, 40 trillion of them, roughly speaking, is on RethinkU 2.0. And if I keep on doing what I've been doing, Mr. Cell, I'm going to keep on getting what I've been getting. The only answer is, if I want better results, I have to change. And that can be challenging. But as I said earlier, it can also be a hell of a lot of fun. And you can see, we're just three guys meeting. Nobody, Derek's running the show. I know nothing about what's going to be talked about here.
No,
I'm random.
He sent me a link and said, let's talk.
Exactly. So we're just having a conversation, and you can see that it's a very real conversation. It's real. And so what Kevin is saying to you is that don't miss this opportunity to rethink yourself and to end up in a better position tomorrow, a month from tomorrow, a year from tomorrow, 10 years from tomorrow. A great question that Jim Rohn asked me years ago is, what should I do today that my future Jim Shorkey is going to thank me for 10 years from now? Does that sound like the book, the 400-page book? What can I do today that the future Kevin Price is going to say, damn, I'm really glad you did that, because I feel great. And it doesn't just happen overnight. Let's let Kevin close out. I want Kevin to have the final word.
Yeah.
Just listen, guys and girls out there. If you think that you're stuck, just put the blueprint together. Find out what other people know about. There's somebody that's doing what you want to do. Listen to what they have to say. And the biggest thing is, do the actions that they tell you to do. It's that simple. Right? If you do what they tell you to do, you're going to get there. This is undefeated. So I really appreciate the time working with you guys and being on this. And this journey's just starting for me. I'm ready. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I know it's going to be a lot better than where I was. And that's it. The destination is fun. That's it.
My final word is, you ain't seen nothing yet. That's my final word. You ain't seen nothing yet.
I was gonna say, man, Kevin, we need to bring you back after these next 4 sessions to see